You see, in my case, I as a in ISTD Noida chapter, I plan this all classes for you. At the same time, I send a message to you all, and then I think if we use WhatsApp other than just telling good morning, I mean just communicate. So there are a lot of things we can resolve through WhatsApp as well. So I will request whenever, I mean, we put, encourage your course, other participants also talk to each one of you, each other to resolve things, and then try to reply those WhatsApp.
True. Understood.
So that will be good. Or especially, I mean, if you, I'm not sure if I'm able to communicate properly. But you see, in data analytics, HR analytics, or training analytics, when we talk about, whether you believe me 100% or not, but it is all the smartphone which you have that basically collects data and helps you to understand those data. And those things can be understood by the social sites or by the applications you use on your smartphones. So it is very important, whatever you do, how busy you are, I mean, if you try to understand, it will help you to prepare for this paper, and then it will help you to use data analytics in real terms to improve your life, professional as well as personal life. Please try to understand. So it is very important. So I will request you all to be responsive basically on those. Send the mail. Even I sent a mail. Have you received the mail for this class also? So, hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, received. Yeah.
So there also if you see, if you reply, whatever you write, 2 lines, 3 lines, or with the queries or anything like that, it will help us to communicate, understand the importance of data, and understand the importance of smartphone as well as this internet. So because that all those things takes time, it's not an easy job actually. Understanding the importance of those things in our life, personal or professional. Are you getting? So just try to and try to follow that and try to execute that. Right? Like I said, I do in most of the classes. We will follow the same step. I have the PPT. So we will start with the PPT and paper 9, learning and training analytics. And please remember, these learning and training analytics is all about basically, I mean, if you agree with me, using a smartphone, using internet, and using social sites, because they have only become very significant for last 10-15 years, and they have changed the way HR head or HR professionals deal about HR people, right? Your employees, staff, or whoever you deal with. So not only you work when you get under pressure to find out, go to LinkedIn profile or go to Facebook profile, not under pressure, but as a curiosity also, you keep working on that. So that will help you to understand the importance of those changes which are happening in front of us. And they are quite significant change. Are you getting? in learning and training analytics, we are talking about today is design, implementation, and measurement of HR strategy. Design, implementation, and measurement. And we will try to focus on these. And generally in my class, basically, I don't divert too much. I don't try to get the content from here and there, because I understand my limitation as a faculty of this ISTD class is that we already have been given 3 different documents, and we have been given syllabus, we have been given content. So I try to focus on that and then try to understand how this can help us to prepare basically our narratives. And you see, when you all people are, when you are doing the PG diploma, basically from ISTD, one of the pioneer institution in the country, and this is one of the best course in training and development, I say. In last my 10, 15 years, 20 years associated with the training and development, I find there is no such course. The part of the course of some of the courses are basically being taken by new companies like NIIT or any other company who borrow from either course contents or even papers or topic from outside, I mean foreign countries or foreign papers, and then take 1 or 2 topic from the ISTD courses and then try to impart the training, TOT kind of thing, train the trainer kind of thing. But ISTD is still, I feel, it's a full-fledged with 8, 9 papers, you have 10 papers with the project work. It's a complete course. So just focus on those. Now, I think Anant Chaudhary is here. I think we have not communicated, so I would like to, whether he listens us. Anant Chaudhary, are you there?
Yes, sir. Just join in.
Very good. How are things?
How good, sir? Life getting back to normal.
Okay. Any question you have?
No, sir. I think as the class progresses, I might have some.
Achha, we were discussing in your absence before you came about the project work which you need to do besides having these 2 papers, paper 9 and paper 10 elective. 2 paper you will be appearing for exam, theory paper, and with along with this you are required to do a project work in this semester. So for that, Anant, have you prepared something?
I haven't prepared yet. I have been discussing with my manager like what project I can take up. And in my current organization, I have access to the learning data of the employees. So, and since now pandemic is kind of receding, we were thinking that if we can have an analysis using that data on how pandemic impacted learning within our organization, how much usage of web-based trainings increased, that's something that we can look at. This is one of the thought.
Right. So you can start. You start working and then prepare the synopsis, right? And then submit to ISTD headquarters so that you can finally submit your project. Once they approve, they have to approve the synopsis. ISTD headquarters will approve the synopsis, and then you will be doing the project work.
Right, sir. All right.
So prepare the synopsis and tell your other colleagues also to prepare the same and submit it. Now, coming to the syllabus of this training and learning analytics, the course will provide a broad understanding of, sorry. The course will provide a broad understanding of the major advances in an application of big data. Gentlemen, this word which are written major advances in an application of big data. I mean, this, if I try to simplify in a simple terms, it's all about WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and those social sites. Are you getting? When we talk about major advances, understanding the major advances, it's all about your smartphone which you all use. Are you getting? Even HR head Rupesh, is it making clear?
Yes, sir.
Application of big data, because this application of big data thing have come up only because we have the Facebook kind of thing in place, which was not existing 10, 15 years before. We have Twitter, we have LinkedIn. Can anybody say how they have changed the scenario of this data business? Arno, how those applications, they are the applications. Facebook is application, Twitter is an application. How they have changed the scenario?
I can just share from my observation whatever I have been doing as a
Yeah,
user.
yeah, absolutely.
So for example, if I use Facebook, I like a lot of painting and sketching. So it knows that I like painting. So it kind of pulls up those groups for suggestion and says that, you know, if you like painting, you can join us. If you like watercolor, you can join this group. I also prefer food. I'm a foodie. So food groups, they keep on suggesting. So this system is analyzing my habits, my likes, dislikes, what all I visit, how often I visit, my circle, which circle I move around, the kind of people I have, association, professional association. I think LinkedIn also kind of gives a very clear cut idea about where we are as a category of professional. So someone from operations, the entire data is there, and most of his professional colleagues will be similar to his job or profile. So all that data was not earlier there when we started our career. Now this data is there in front of a company in complete pinpointed detail. So they can
Absolutely.
suggest me courses. So if I'm in operations, they can suggest me courses of project management, knowing that, you know, I'm in operations. So, and therefore shopping and other 100 other things can be linked with the person's likes, dislikes, preferences, habits. When the data is there, it is very easy to play with it and analyze and cater to that category of target audience.
Correct. Very right. Rupesh? I think what Arnav mentioned.
Yes, yes, sir. I agree. I agree. Exactly.
So I will take it further, like what Arnav mentioned, these social sites
Yes, sir.
collect your data. Your
Yes.
data means they collect users' data.
You just.
Now, let us narrow down to, you all are, suppose, HR head working in manager, as a manager working in the company. You have your employees, you have your staff. So we are not talking about the social sites using the data of the users, but you as a HR head, HR manager, you are using the data of the employee. I
Yeah.
think Arnav also mentioned about these subsequently when you talk about, suppose, LinkedIn. So today you don't need to ask about the employee to him about the details. You
Right.
can just go on LinkedIn, or even you go on Google and Google the name. I mean, most probably he will be displayed in some way or other.
Yeah.
Like if you Google my name, you need not to ask me कि sir आप क्या करते हो and what are you doing, what you have done. Rather, you can go to my Google page, I mean you just go to Google page and search Kame Case or KK Verma, you might get a lot of information about me. And these information is basically data.
Yes.
Data of employees, data of the people who concerns you actually. And that is where it has made the huge difference. And when I talk about the major advances in, suppose, technology, we talk about an application of big data, major advances in technology in the sense when the Facebook has come or Twitter has come or a smartphone has come. Today, when we talk about iPhone, which has come, they have so many storage space. They store a lot of information. So all those data are there. Similarly, we talk about the applications, either Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn. They give you facility, like suppose I am a user, I can give text, I can give video, I can give picture. So there are a lot of way we can input the information, right? The content. So all those are stored as well. Google stores all those. In
Yes.
Gmail also, everything is stored. In Facebook, imagine a situation, the billions of people across the world, those data are stored, and those data can be accessed by anyone, anytime, whoever
Yes, sir.
want to take that out. So that kind of thing are there. So that is called the big data. It has become now big data because 10-15 years before these were not available. Now the problem comes, the next line which is written, organizational decision making process. Because we are professionally trying to understand the training and development, so we use the word organizational. But what I always say, anything which is happening for organization, it could be for personal as well. Suppose Arnav wants to frame some policy for himself or some path for himself. Decision-making processes are involved, and certainly that decision-making process can take the input from those big data. So that is a challenge for either for organization or for individual. And everyone must use those data in a right fashion for the right decision-making process. And that is a challenge remains with all. Are you getting? So in this course also, in this syllabus also, that is what we are trying to focus. It will be specifically focused on the crucial role of analytics and predictive modeling in training and development, and provide perspectives on evaluating the impact of training interventions at multiple levels through application of statistical methods and procedures. So if you want to really prepare or build up your mindset for futuristic narratives, you must start using these as a day-to-day affair in your normal activities. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? So that way it helps you to understand basically the application of big data. That way it helps you to understand the major advances in technology, and it helps your organization for the decision-making process. Am I right? Now, okay, Anupama Sharma again has gone. I think she gets disconnected. Right? So I repeat again, this curriculum, learning and training analytics. There are 3 documents, and I will request you to go through it in your own time, and you will find the gist of those articles, 3 articles. They are written by some foreigners, and ISTD had just brought those articles as a course content for this training and analytics, which I, as a faculty member, I'm trying to connect with the current development which you all passed through. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? So I'm basically connecting these 3 documents just with the current setup, because I feel India is different country in so many ways, and we all are a different person. We have a different environment. So connecting this is very important. So I personally feel you all too should try to do it in your own way, right? Most of the thing, some of the thing for document 1 I talked about in the last few classes, and few I will be talking in the now. And they are basically, the second document talks about the talent management through workforce analytics. When we talk about analytics, analytics could be like starting from the HR analytics, the training analytics. I mean, any word could be used for the analytics, right? So that should be the step, like people analytics, portfolio analytics, risk analytics, digital analytics, security analytics. I mean, anything you can basically connect with the analytics. So software analytics, HR analytics, fraud analytics, graph analytics. So analytics is a very famous. Analytics is all about basically studying the data and analyzing the data, and taking help of computer or computer processes basically to analyze the data. So that is what we should do. And basically in the second document, they talk about the talent management. And that is where your talent gets reflected. When you try to use those advances, technological advances and applications in your current scenario, right? And document 3 talks about measuring success and ROI in corporate training, that we'll be talking in the subsequent classes. This is the first document, people analytics, driving business performance with people data. I think last time we discussed about these, and we saw the definitions of people analytics, HR analytics and all, right? And the second document is better talent management through workforce analytics. And this PowerPoint presentation is given by Dr. Mark Hussein in Boston, Northeastern University. It was in September 26, 2016. And at least which I complained in the first semester and second semester, which you, I think, must be remembering. The 2 books on training, which you were given as a content. You remember? So most of the references were before 2000, 95 or
Yes.
2000. So you see, the problem is when we discussed many things in the current perspective, the narratives was not matching. Narratives was not matching. So that was the difference. You are all a senior trainer and senior person. So you must understand and then accordingly try to connect and grasp. Ultimately, it's all basically grasping. Fortunately, if you see these articles, like last article also, if you see, those were in 2000, I mean, first decade, And the second article is basically 2016. It's quite a recent article. And I mean, there are a lot of very important and significant points which are mentioned here in this PowerPoint presentation. Some of them I will be showing it here in my class. But because there is always a limitation, I mean, it will not be possible for everything this, right? So try to read in your own time and try to understand. I think it will help you to grasp, develop your own this thing. Now, the second document, there are another very important terminology which I think I must mention: workforce analytics. And when we talk about the workforce analytics, I mean, it covers all kind of workforce, because it's not only staff which matters,
Yeah.
but there are so many people who are involved in basically building an organization. It's not a 1 or 2% or 10%. It's not just the employees or staff or manager or CEO. There are so many things. So we try to analyze those, what are the factors, right? So calculating the ROI of individual practices, even in workforce analytics, it's all about individual practices like training, selection, and then improving that in training and selection processes. And then, I mean, before improving, you have to calculate the ROI of those practices. So in those practices also, you have to find out what are the matrices which are important. What are the factors which are important? Ultimately, that's what matters. And then you try to quantify that and then calculate the ROI. Reporting activity matrices within the HR functions, like different functions like cost per hire. So similarly in selection, so it should be reporting activity like cost per hire or days to fill. So how many days are required to fill one post or vacancies? So something like this. And there are a lot of these matrices. You as an individual or HR head, you have to find out, because every organization is different. The resources are different. So we have to find out those matrices. Similarly, above point which we discussed, individual practices, we have to find out those individual practices which basically are going on in the organization. So that is what we have to do. Developing an HR scorecard or workforce scorecard as a tool to help implement strategy more quickly and effectively. So every time basically you develop an HR scorecard. So depending upon your company profile, how many employees are there, what are the activities which are going on, and simply you call it HR scorecard or workforce scorecard, and then prepare that scorecard and use this as a tool to help implement strategies more quickly and effectively. So you have to connect with the organization strategy, organization vision, and then implement basically those strategies quickly with the help of these tools, right? External reporting to shareholders of human capital investments. So when we talk about workforce analytics, it's all, I mean, including even you see the company shareholders, they are also the part of the workforce analytics. So there also some viewpoint comes, you have to note it down. And today in WhatsApp age, right, you see We have even the AGM going on online. Then all the stakeholders or shareholders even participate in some way or other. Now you have to find out how their participations could be better, could be improved. There could be fruitful participations. So all those things we are required to manage, right? And that could be the part of the workforce analytics. Then developing the predictive talent analytics to help execute our strategy. If you see in this, I mean, you have a separate elective paper, talent management, but in analytics also the significant emphasis have been given on talent management. Talent management in the sense when we talk about the talent analytics, at least in analytics, you should get an idea like how can you recognize talents, because talents is not what is developed in a day. I think if you agree, it's a continuous process. Like one good person, good employee, that keep adding basically every year. Am I right? So that is the way it happens. So developing predictive talent analytics to help execute our strategy is very important. Right? So these are the workforce analytics. Anybody want to add something? Rupesh? Anything more which I mean, there are certainly a lot of things we have missed, but I've just jotted down few of the points. Yeah, Arnav?
Yeah, not yet, sir. Just
Actually, sir, in manufacturing, generally we measure like per day per man output. So in that analytics is total production divided by the total number of employees. Is a simple
Nay,
formula.
I think I'm talking to a lot of trainer and
Trainer.
HR. I mean, mainly I wanted some input from on talent analytics. Talent analytics, because I mean, you as a HR person, it is very important to understand talent, recognize talents, preserve talents. I mean, it's for benefit for the company basically. How will you do it? I think that is what you can throw some light on.
No,
Arnav was telling something.
no, I generally feel reading the slide, like for example, if there is HR scorecard, an HR scorecard has different parameters. Uh, each parameter can be linked with different departments and their matrices. Uh, so if it is a finance department, what is the contribution? So each department can be linked with the scorecard in a way.
Okay.
So whether it is financials or customer relationship, internal process, or training, for example, which is there in this scorecard. So financials, how the finance is helping reducing the cost, how the finance is being effective in making processes smoother for the organization. If it is responsible for collection or dealing with vendors, how it is saving from small things. So finance contribution to the overall bigger picture, sales contribution, marketing contribution, each can be put in matrices and then linked with the scorecard in terms of performance. And a lot of organizations are doing it also.
Okay.
So
Right. as I think HR head, it is very important to prepare a scorecard of various
Scorecard.
departments
Right, sir.
and then try to find out the talent basically in those departments. This is what you were telling?
करेक्ट और बिगर पिक्चर क्लियर हो जाता है, कोई भी डिपार्टमेंट छूटता नहीं है इसमें। जो बैकएंड के जो डिपार्टमेंट्स है, फॉर एग्जांपल फाइनेंस, एचआर, मार्केटिंग, जो कि डायरेक्टली सेल्स से रिलेटेड नहीं होते या रेवेन्यू जनरेशन में नहीं होते, उनको भी क्रेडिट मिलता है इस प्रोसेस से। उनका काम काफी अच्छा कंट्रीब्यूशन रहता है कंपनी की ग्रोथ में, जो कि डाइल्यूटेड हो जाता है। अगर ये बिग डेटा वगैरह ना हो तो ये सारे एफर्ट डाइल्यूटेड हो जाए, पता ही ना लगे कि फाइनेंस या एचआर या मार्केटिंग का क्या कंट्रीब्यूशन।
Right. So even this HR scorecard, I think before these big data thing has come up, earlier they had a limited options.
Yes.
Now I think it gives you a very broad spectrum basically to analyze and go for the decision making process. So as in the fourth point, we talk about external reporting like to shareholders of human capital. So they are also working as a human capital for the besides investor and other agencies.
क्योंकि जब हम ट्रेनिंग करने जाते हैं और सेल्स टीम की ट्रेनिंग करते हैं, कुछ कंपनीज में सेल्स टीम का सिलेक्शन सही होता है, मतलब जैसे सेल्स टीम के लोग चाहिए वैसे एचआर ने सेलेक्ट किया तो सेल्स का परफॉर्मेंस बड़ा अच्छा आता है। क्यों? क्योंकि वो उसी माइंडसेट के लोग उन्होंने लिए। मान लो चैनल हो गया, क्योंकि डीलर लोकल मार्केट में काम करेंगे, तो थोड़े से अग्रेसिव, थोड़े से रस्टिक लोग चाहिए, मतलब जो थोड़ा देसी चीजों को समझे, मार्केट के रियलिटी को समझे। और अगर वो सही लोगों को सिलेक्ट करते हैं तो फिर सेल्स में भी उसका रिस्पांस मिलता है।
Right.
तो ये क्रेडिट हर एचआर को मिलता नहीं है ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में, और ये तभी पता लगता है जब आप अच्छे लोग सिलेक्ट कर लो, फिर दिस थैंकलेस जॉब। सो हो गए, सिलेक्ट हो गए, बट देन अगर ये नहीं करते, आपको सही सेना लाके नहीं देते, तो फिर लड़ाई कहाँ से जीतते?
ये तो आप जो क्रेडिट का बात किए ना, आई मीन in HR head or in HR field, lot of people basically don't opt for these technological advances or applications because most of the time, you know why they don't use it? Because
स्क्रूटनी में आ जाएंगे, काम पकड़ में आ जाएगा।
Right.
काम पकड़ में आ जाएगा, नहीं वो इशू है। प्लस देयर बॉसेज जो है ना,
they don't want to implement actually.
They don't
just
want, they don't understand these technological advances. So even if you suppose put up a lot of efforts, happens your contribution is basically ignored. I mean, they are not seen by those senior people.
हाँ, बट ये है कि अब ये जो टेक्नोलॉजी इंट्रोड्यूस हो रहा है, एक टाइम हमारे टाइम पे था जब ये नया नया आ रहा था, अब तो कंपटीशन में हर कोई कर रहा है। अब जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन करना भी नहीं चाह रहा, उसकी भी मजबूरी है टेक्नोलॉजी को अडॉप्ट करना। मतलब हमारे
अर्नव आप सही बोल रहे हो, बट स्टिल आप ऑर्गेनाइजेशन लेवल पे अगर देखो ना, बात करो, तो यू विल फाइंड कि ये एनोमली तो एग्जिस्ट्स एंड एग्जिस्ट इन अ वेरी डिफरेंट काइंड। लाइक I tell you one example. I mean, because I am a very thorough technical guy, I use lot of resources and use this, and you all also must have experienced. If you use, I mean, lot of people have also started seeing those because they have a smartphone. They go to the website, they go to the Facebook page. From there, they deliver some expectations which are beyond imagination. I mean, like suppose I see the Facebook page of 100 odd profile, 100 odd people. So the problem comes from this HR individual or person who are working under me. Suppose I expect he should deliver all the good from all those 100 profiles. So that becomes very tricky. And generally, so that's how we don't generally go to those social sites and Facebook page, because our expectations increases exponentially. Our knowledge don't increase. But expectations increases exponentially. So there we have to restrict. Like I have seen even I go to Chilla DDA Sports Complex. There I'm surprised the parents who come, they try to train their children, I mean boys or girl or daughter or son. They expect ki my son or my daughter should perform like the best in the industry the next day. But in practically, this cannot happen. So we have to understand. So even when we suppose see the Facebook page or we see the Twitter, now if somebody says ki KK Verma can write something every day, can give update, why can't you? But can't you is a very complicated issue, because that also will take a lot of training, lot of practice, lot of experience. Then only people can do it. Are you getting? So those kind of problem comes. I think Arnav became busy. Arnav, are you getting?
I'm there. It is just that
So that those become the problem basically when we try to give the example from social sites or something. Are you getting what I'm?
yeah.
But then I always say we have the advantage, any individual. Suppose you take interest and try to work on technology, work on these, what I'm trying to tell you. You will become knowledgeable. You will gain experience. Your boss will not gain experience. Your boss may comment uselessly, but then those experience of real working will be yours. Are you getting? So suppose when I tell you ki you go to the Facebook, try to write some comment, those are the experience, those are the training, those are the learning which are taking place on a regular basis. Even if for the time being, your boss may not give you the good appraisal, you may not get good promotion, but I am sure you will understand that technology in a better way, and you will be the more better prepared than any of your colleagues. Are you getting? So that is the way I have done in my life. I mean, I have never bothered. In 90s also, I never bothered about what the people are telling and whether they are understanding my contributions. And you will not believe, even today when I work, I don't bother much whether my bosses are understanding completely, or bosses are giving me credit for this, or even my colleagues are giving credit for this, my relatives and friends are giving credit for this. As far as me is concerned, there is a very simple word like swaspardha. You compete with yourself, learn everything new every day. You keep improving yourself. And that is the way I've been, if you understand, then these analytics will help you to achieve things. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. Any question? Now in this article, if you see, the guy is talking about disrupting workforce competition. How strategic workforce differentiation and big data are changing the way that you work and win. You see, if you don't go to the detail of the article, the detail of the book is written, because those articles basically we have just picked up. So author will talk about his book. I'm not talking about my book on learning here, but this author will talk about his book in his own article. And they talk about what is happening around us. Like we all, when we try to write, we understand happenings around us in our own way actually. So he understands all these happening, how strategic work, workforce differentiation, big data are changing the way that you work and win. They talk about their environment. That environment may not be 100% true. My job as a faculty is basically connecting you people to analytics for the current environment. And I always say you must try to connect with your personal environment, personal, your area, your space, because everyone has a different space. So you try to compete with yourself. Only thing you use this knowledge and resources. Am I right? So just do it. Now, when we discussed about the disruptions, I thought I will take out the 3 disruptions of workforce strategy. So it's basically the workforce analytics, the first which we discussed, workforce differentiation and strategic work. So they talk about basically how grow, where play, and how win. So these are the 3 different strategies. So identifying the strategic work that is truly necessary to execute your strategy. Right? How grow. Second, workforce differentiation, investing in differentiated management system that support that work strategic focus, not best practices. So basically investing in differentiated management system that support that work. So that is the way they have written. Basically strategic focus, not best practices. Basically you find out in your current environment, in your personal current environment, how can they be helpful? And then workforce analytics, designing and implementing targeted measurement system that help to hold line managers accountable for strategic talents. Right? So that is the way they have defined. But in your case, you must find out in your own way. I think this, any one of you can, in your own way, you can work. How grow, where play, and how win. It is you who have to decide. And there is no, basically, as it is written, strategic focus, not best practices. So strategic focus is not a best practices, basically in this case. Okay. Now coming to how to design and implement HR strategy. Basically I think HR strategy when we talk about to effectively manage the growth and success of your company's staffing needs. You need to design and implement HR strategy, have a company mission statement. And when you want to find out HR strategy, you must be aware about the company mission statement. And then accordingly, you can have the HR strategy need to align with the clear vision of the company. So there has to be alignment, and that everyone has to do their part. You have to put up efforts to find out. Fortunately, I think you see in your exam also, you can use those terminology as somebody mentioned in one of the queries last time. It gives basically the word so that you can play around. But ultimately, preparing your narratives, it is your responsibility, and you must be able to do it. So, whichever company you are working, you have to see the company mission statement, and then accordingly you prepare your HR strategy and design. And once design is done, HR strategy, and then try to implement it, whether it is a manpower recruitment or whether it is a reducing the manpower or shifting different manpower to the different departments or changing their work schedule. All these things need to be done and keeping the company mission statement aligned with the HR strategy. Right? So these all, I think, maybe the repetitive from your HR MBA or any course which you might have done earlier. The core of HR strategy could be, it should be dynamic. It must be based on the changing needs of the company, right? It must be directed and always working towards company's goal. You see, these changing needs also, when we talk about, I have seen most of the organization, they are unable to change the way they are required to change. And that's how you see in the new syllabus of ISTD. I think one is HR analytics or training analytics, which have been given. The two elective papers, they are like talent management and change management.
Yes.
So they, why the need for those things have come up? Because things are changing very fast. And once things are changing very fast, HR strategy should also change very fast. Invariably, I think whoever boss is settled, suppose senior manager or companies, even CEO up to some extent, they even if they are losing, I mean, many a time they will not be able to appreciate the changes and they will not be ready to do it. Because they don't understand those changes which are happening around us. And once even the big company, I mean, there are a lot of big company like they have lost basically. You all must have heard about Nokia. There was a time when Nokia was very famous company, very mobile phone. Today you may not heard about Nokia providing you any mobile phone. They are not in the market even. Although they are still trying to produce some phone, but they have lost the base. They lost the base because they did not change the way they should have. That's why I, as a philosopher and thinker, introduce another word, unlearning. Because anything which you are doing, you go in a very comfort zone. You feel that is what I know and that is the best thing I know. So I keep doing it. Something good will happen someday. Or at least your retirement date will come. No,
Yes.
that is the way we do it.
Yes.
And we are not ready to unlearn. Once we are not ready to unlearn, how will change management happen?
Not possible.
How will you recognize talent management? It will not happen. So all these new things can happen only if you have the capacity to unlearn. But then unlearn is not yet famous. I am trying for last 10, 15 years. I think it has not reached to many organizations. They are not ready to, they are ready to borrow some narratives from outside in any fashion, but they are not ready to take my narratives and explain. So those are the problem. But as far as me is concerned, I personally feel unless we are ready to change, unless we are ready to unlearn, there is no way we can acquire the new things and learn new philosophy, new ideas, right? So core of HR strategy should be basically is unlearn and unlearn and unlearn. Unlearn the old one so that you can think about the new thing and do new thing in a new way. Right? Good news, Kesarvani has come. And then it's all the part of basically HR department. HR department's role. Are you coming with Halla Gulla? Kesarvani, how are you?
Yes, sir.
Now
Fine, sir. Fine, fine. Fine, sir. Fine.
closing time.
Not closing time, sir. Struggling with the network data because Airtel broadband I have just installed in my house, but it is not working.
So now it is working.
No, I just came through from my mobile network.
You are through mobile. Okay. So you have to attend the next class also, 2 o'clock.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Talent management.
Talent management. And part
That's why I came in and I just I want to show my face that I am attended, sir.
you did right, otherwise I could have given him a ring. Kesarvani is not here.
I was expecting your call, but it was delayed, so I thought I should join it.
So nice. But try to manage and
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, I'll manage.
I think even from your phone also you can just sit and you can have a chit chat about the class and you can come to.
Sure, sir. Sure.
So we are talking about HR strategy actually. So establish the human resource HR department's role. So it's all normal. We are required to do this. HR department handle hiring and firing decisions. So decision has to be taken. Will they develop a pool of potential candidates that will then be interviewed by the company executives? Who will manage payroll and benefits concern? So all these different roles you can decide about. And today, because the technology has become important, so you can discuss about role, who will handle the social sites, who will handle the Facebook page, who will do the Twitter for company. Because those are the, you see, I think, Rupesh,
Yes, sir.
in your company, you have the Twitter account and Facebook pages.
No, sir. I
No,
have suggested. Yesterday, I have suggested.
that's good. So
Yeah.
now all of you basically can suggest wherever you are
Yes.
working, or
Yes,
if you
yes.
are not working in your at your personal level, you can at least start
Yes.
using the Facebook and Twitter, because ultimately you see they are not just technology, they are not just the social sites or resources. They are the huge resources for the future. They take you up to some extent, they take you towards future in a right fashion. So if you suppose keep seeing it, you will understand what is the way the world is moving, right? So in whichever company you are working, try to have your company's Facebook page and company's Twitter page, and then you go to my Twitter account and Facebook page and try to see how I keep updating it day after day after day. And I also face a lot of lot of I mean blame and what do you call criticism.
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 That is part of the sites. Social
Lot
site.
of criticism. Anything I put, I mean, you will not believe there was a time I used to get 2-3 calls. Not for complimenting, you have written right and you have written good. Why did you write like this? Are you all right? Humbly, whatever you feel, you can write there on the Facebook page or Twitter account, Twitter, rather than telling me, giving me a ring. But most of my relatives and friends, they did initially, they did like this. But slowly I told them, I mean, please come through the social sites itself rather than disturbing me for all these things. Why do I do this? Why do I write this? Why do I just update this photo? And why I do that photo? But then you have to face it.
Yes, yes.
I mean, I personally feel, and I tell people, I tell everyone, basically, we have to, if we do it, we can understand these and we can understand the intricacies of this.
Right, sir.
Even presently, I am working with one general. I mean, initially, he talked about the Facebook, Twitter. But now, after 9 months working with him, I came to know he doesn't open Twitter account. He doesn't have the Twitter account. But he wants to tell in the company, he wants to tell ki we should have a Twitter account. So I opened a Twitter account. He said, no. What can I write? I don't know what to write. Can you imagine? Even in Facebook page, he keep telling you update. Now, whenever I update, he has a lot of queries. Why did you update this photo? Why did you update this? Why did you write this? One day I said, sir, when I update or when I write what I know, what I understand. I cannot write from your mind. I will write from my mind. Otherwise, you give me the content, I will post the same. Then you say, ki, I don't know what to write. Are you getting the problem? So when I tell him to write, he says ki he doesn't know. But when I write, he has some comment. Why? What for? We could have written this also. Sir, anything could have happened. But presently this has happened. So be happy about it. So that is the way it happens. But it's a hell lot of exercise. And in analytics part, I assure you all again, you start using the social sites, and that is the basics of this course, this paper. And I'm happy that this paper has been brought, and 2016 article has been given to you people. So please read in your own time. And if you don't agree totally with my viewpoint, you can build your own viewpoint. But whatever you build, please come to my Facebook and write over there. Right? Don't keep it with you. Rupesh, you are on mute.
Yes, yes. Right, sir.
So you are shaking head, but we are not getting it. Now that's okay. Okay, is it making sense?
Yeah, sure, sir.
So all these things, HR department's role, they have to be decided. So it is very good, as Rupesh says, he has told the company to open a Facebook page or Twitter page. And if you want any consultancy, your company, you can hire me for some time as a temporary basis.
Sure, sir.
Right?
Sure,
I will
sure, sir.
manage their Facebook page and Twitter page and try to make it popular.
Sure, sir.
Or give some unlearning lesson to the company.
Right, sir.
As such, what I feel the biggest, whether you agree with me, now 15 years I have passed basically with these books on unlearning. I'm not sure if you have read it, but I'm very passionate and enthusiastic about this. I gave an idea like this, which is basically the world famous. I mean, today you will not find any such book on the topic in the world. And after reading my book, basically you will not believe the top philosophers and writers in the world, they are trying to define unlearning in a different way. And mostly they write other than what I have written. And generally opposite. You see, the problem is India suffered because of these reasons. Because our intellectuals, when they write something, they say, suppose yoga is good. they will say, no, yoga is just useless. Suppose Indians say Ayurveda is good. They say Ayurveda is useless. You follow allopathy. So similarly, when I said unlearning is good and unlearning has this definition, they define differently and they say unlearning is not needed. So I am basically fighting the global war, global intellectual war on this. And even if you unlearn Google, you see Google, what they have written? You know this? Sometime you Google in your own time, unlearn. He has written, padhna nahi. Just opposite to what I say. I
Yeah.
say unlearn itself is a huge topic. You are required
Yes.
to know about unlearning and then lead your life, personal and professional. Google says padhna nahi. Unlearn matlab padhna nahi.
पढ़ना नहीं.
I mean, even a fool will laugh on it. What the meaning they have written? But there is no way I can go to Google and tell you don't. I mean, you change this.
Actually, in literal meaning, they actually mean that study is a learning or reading is a learning. But I mean, it's different. So I
Unlearning
don't know
is
why
padhna.
Google has defined such
No,
foolish, can say, meaning.
it's a right. So
Yes, yes.
below it is written, is this an area that will be outsourced to a payroll company or will be handled in a house? So as far as the payroll or this, in every HR head or company is almost fixed up. You know about it. But as far as the social sites are concerned, or having the idea of unlearning is concerned, unlearning for the company or new ideas, I think company gets lost. They don't know how to find out. They cannot, it cannot be outsourced also easily, because social sites also, there are a lot of company who just take the money and they don't do any needful. Even in ISTD also faced this kind of thing. ISTD headquarters, they faced and they are facing the problem like this, right? So overall, we are required to develop the company overview depending upon the complete changing technological scenario. That is what we need to do, right? HR managers should meet with the key employees in all departments to find right characteristics of each position. So these are all we need to do in the current perspective. Am I right?
Yes.
What is the length of the time that employee will have to self-correct any concerns about the job performance? So similarly, you can, in analytics terms, if you talk about, you can find out whether they have the smartphone, whether they use those applications, whether they use the Facebook or Twitter account, or whether they have any they have the computer or laptop in their personal or professional life. So all these things in a current perspective we need to analyze, right? Okay, so that will help us to develop the new processes. Okay, so evaluate HR processes. So you are required to evaluate as well. So consistent design and tweaking allows to the company's employee to adhere to the policies and procedures of the HR department while still exercising creativity and innovation. So like earlier, suppose when you used to send the letter or email or booklet or pamphlets, now you can make a group, WhatsApp group, you can send it to the people. I mean, all these things have happened. But then you must know how to handle those. Because I have always find there are always tension. Suppose you make a group and one person writes something in WhatsApp group. So it spoils the environment to everyone. Over and over, suppose some employee writes something, group member writes something. Your boss will tell, how the hell the guy has written like this? So you as a HR person, if suppose you are admin for that group, so you are in a thick soup because it goes very live. So even in the night, your boss may give you a ring. Oh, two guys are fighting basically on WhatsApp. So something like, I mean, new phenomena which has emerged. So you need to have a knowledge first. You need to have a courage, and you need to have a vision basically to set the new HR processes when the technological advances or applications you are using for the future of your company. Are you getting? So please try to do it, and then you can experience the new thing, right? Design of a training program to develop corporate culture will be beneficial to an effective HR strategy. And when we talk about different HR strategy and talk about designing of training program, I think many of you have suggested, even in project work, how this online is going to help in the future for the training and development. So same type, I will request you all to introduce some kind of the change management or talent management or unlearning, as I keep telling, the new thing. You must introduce these in your project and analysis, because that will certainly help you to understand the technological advances, and it will help you to understand the applications which are being developed and which need to be used actually, right? So unless you use those, I mean, you will be at loss actually. You will not know how important this is, right? Are you getting what I'm trying to say? So that is very important.
Sir, what is the time to submit that topic for the project?
Time has already happened. You came late, so you are required to.
Sorry, sir. That is my fault. Please let me know, sir.
सर इससे पहले वाला स्लाइड एक बार दिखा दीजिए, इवैल्यूएट वाला.
Hey, you can submit any time now. It is open.
No. For taking the permission of which topic I'm going to be just prepare the project report.
Then you come again. What do you?
I'm just asking, sir, what is the deadline to submit that on this topic I'm preparing that project report. So what is the deadline for that?
There is no deadline. I mean, presently it is open. You can submit.
Okay.
If you want to complete this course in 6 months' time, you must submit synopsis.
Sir, if you allow me, can I discuss something regarding the project report? Sir, what I visited the HL center of Lucknow, Hindustan Aerodynamics Limited. So I went to the center and I met with the HR department. Mr. Surbhi was there. So she said to me, you can just prepare the report on HL training and development activities in Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, Lucknow. So this is a topic with what she suggested to me. So I am just asking to you, it is a fine, that is a good topic, or this is a fine topic to prepare a project report on this topic?
The only thing you see whether you will get enough data and content from her or company.
Yes, sir. She was ready, and I sat with her at least 2 hours. So she told to me how we will run the training and development activities for the different level of employees. For electronic departments, they have a different. For engineers, they have a different setup. For employees, they have a different setup. For senior managers, they have a different setup. So she told me everything. And she said to me, whenever you feel any problem, you can come with me and discuss with me. I will tell you each and everything.
Right, that's good. You can prepare the synopsis.
Okay, sir.
Giving her name as a guide and company name and submit to headquarters.
Sure, sir.
Prepare a synopsis.
So,
yes, if you have any
synopsis I have to be sent to you or ISTD director?
Huh?
Synopsis, for synopsis, I have to be sent the synopsis to you or ISCD
Not
director.
me. I am no one. You submit to headquarters.
Who said you are no one, sir? On the third semester, if anybody will ask to me ki, who is KK Verma, I'll ask to him. Who the hell are you? Because in the third semester, entire semester, I know only the KK Verma, sir. That's it.
No problem. You submit to headquarters because they only approve, right?
Okay,
अरे
sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
केके सर ये इवैल्यूएशन वाला स्लाइड दिखा देंगे जिससे पहले वाला स्लाइड इससे पहले वाला या थैंक यू
Noted?
या नोटेड सर नोटेड
Now this is the last slide. So
लास्ट वाला एक बार दिखा दीजिए
लास्ट वाला एक बार और दिखाते हैं लास्ट वाला so just to measure success in any such thing, HR strategy implementation and planning is basically be specific, evaluate constantly, and diligence is required. So designing, implementing a responsive HR strategy requires diligence and work. So it requires efforts, courage, and work. So accordingly, you can put efforts and do it. So I think with this knowledge, you can go ahead and use the HR analytics, learning analytics for basically changing the organization in a better way. Right? And finally, I'd like to say HR analytics will serve the business of 21st century only if there are suitable and updated HR strategy. And that HR strategy, as I take the point first from the technological advances and applications which we use. Simple? Any question? Right? Any question you have?
Not really, sir. Thank you.
Otherwise, I will request again. Whenever suppose I literally put efforts in basically writing an email, writing a WhatsApp. So I will request you all and to talk to your colleagues as well. Keep responding, because that will not only help you to understand the technology advances and applications, it will help you to build how to react and act. It's not about replying me or replying my email ID. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? It will help you to build, understand what is important and what is necessary to do. Okay. With this, I think I finish. And if you have any query.
Not really, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Please do come at 4 o'clock. Kesarwani.
Yes, sir.
At 2 o'clock.
My class is 2 o'clock.
Yes.
Talent management.
Talent management. So with this, I think I close. Have a lunch. Come at 4 o'clock.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much.